this is for the girls. Y'all can love somebody, but in the words of Alina Baraz, don't mean they are the one. Hey guys, welcome back to Housey Life. In a recent episode, we had answered a lot of your guys' questions.
Just random questions that you threw at us.
The reason why he has a beard is because I freaking love it. Oh, this is a funny one. Do Adam have fun?
I have way more fun than she does.
I'm a good time.
I'm gonna put
I
that
couldn't do
hashtag
that.
for Tamara. I'm a good time.
I am a good time.
There were a couple of themes that came out, including
Relationships.
a lot of relationship advice questions. So we figured, what the heck? Let's try to answer them. We are not experts by any stretch of the
means.
imagination, but hey, if we can help one person like people have helped us, then so be it. So the first one comes from
Sexy Cool JC. We both have strong individualities? I didn't realize that. I thought he was the only one with a
course.
strong individual personality.
She is such a pushover.
I'm just kidding. Being strong-willed is not a bad thing. To me, it means that you are passionate. And that's what helps Adam and I whenever we feel strongly about something. The first thing we have to like calm down and realize that it's not us against each other. It's us against the problem. We are just both very passionate human beings that are passionate about maybe different things.
What about me?
And Aiden as well. We've learned to respect that and then focus on the issue at hand.
I'm just waiting. Patience.
Patience.
Strong individuality means patience. You know, you're going to always have disagreements. The good thing is I want her and she wants me to have an opinion. It's about respecting that opinion.
And realizing what we want out of
Yeah.
that conversation.
We're on the same team.
Because we're on the same team, and if we really think about the common denominator of a situation, even when we may have different points of views, that's respect.
Yep.
If you watched our episode on how we met, we mentioned emails.
He said, I normally don't do this. And
True.
that's what really kind of just like melted my heart because you were being honest
Yeah.
up front.
I never have done it before or since.
Yes. Well, I would hope not.
One of the things that Adam noticed about me that I absolutely loved, because we were both individually confident people, he said, I love your sassiness. And I was like, oh, that's dope.
If I only
Because-
knew. If I only knew.
But the reality is that is a part of who I am.
Yep.
I was that way when we first met at 26 and at something age. I am still the same.
Gentlemen
and
don't tell.
he doesn't push that down. He actually accepts it and he liked it. Oh my gosh, this is where Adam and I are so different and that give and take comes into play. My perfect weekend would just be sitting at home, staying in some sweats, watching TV, hanging with the kids, cooking breakfast, cooking lunch, cooking dinner, having a glass of wine. I think I said that before. And just chillaxing. That is chilling and relaxing together. Not Adam.
My perfect weekend depends on the weather. If it's rainy and cold and ugly outside, guess what? Hanging out, chillaxing, which isn't always...
It never rains in Southern
Can I finish?
California.
We're in Southern California right now.
I know, but I've
I
experienced
want to finish
that.
my point.
Okay, go ahead.
See? Patience. Patience. Back to my thought process. Okay, so I have two perfect weekends. If it's ugly outside and cold, hanging out at home, doing exactly what she says. But if it's warm outside, I don't mind actually hanging outside if it's warm too and hanging at home, but I want to be outside. I want to be in the pool. I want to be in the sun. I want to listen to music. I want to maybe do a project or something. But I also like to go, see, and do. So, not all the time. Not all the time.
No, that's a good thing.
I like to, just go like a Sunday drive with the kids. I remember when I was little, I used to go for a Sunday drive with my parents and my grandparents, and then we'd go look at property or whatever, just go for a drive. I remember some of the coolest moments were sitting in that car and hearing them talk. And remember, there was times I wanted to be in their memories. Like I wanted to be like, oh, I wish I was born then when they were doing that. So those things are really cool. So it's kind of a mix. So I do actually agree with you on some things on the chillaxing weekend, especially when it's cold and raining. But I also like to go do and see as well. I like to go out. I want to experience things.
Exclusive fun fact for the Housley life. I had to drink coffee like every day just to keep up with this one.
She would sleep a lot.
He would.
You did. You slept a lot. I was like, you're gonna.
Albert Einstein.
You'd sleep your life away.
He said it's very healthy to get naps.
Naps are
And
one
now-
thing.
and-
Sleeping 21 hours a day is another.
Not sleep
Yes.
21 hours. I think the longest nap I ever had is like 2.5, 3 hours.
Bull crap!
Babe, I have never
Oh
slept
my
longer
gosh!
than that.
That is
For
not
naps?
true. I wish your family was here.
No, they know. They take
Your
naps.
naps were like 3 hours.
I not just say 2.5,
No, you
3
just
hour.
had 2 to 2.5. You 3
I
hour
did. I
naps
said
all the
2.5
time.
to 3 hours. I said that is the longest nap. Obviously,
That's not a
having
nap.
kids-
That's a sleep.
No, it's not.
That's a coma.
I love naps so much. Like, I get
That's a-
excited. Like, I like folding my bed, fluffing my pillow. And I always say I have a date with my pillow.
I don't mind a nap. I used to.
But now you take naps.
I do, but mine are like 25, 30 minutes. Done. Perfect. 45
That's
at the
a
most.
cat nap.
No, cat naps are like 5 minutes.
The
What do you think? Tell us in the comments.
5
What's
minutes
a good
is not
time
even
for
a nap. It
What's
takes
the
me
good-
like 5 minutes to take a nap.
I didn't say 5 minutes I said 5 minutes are cat naps, 10 minutes. I'm 35, 40 minutes. You guys tell us in the comments. I know you're going to agree with her.
That is
but
a power nap.
35, 40 minutes are perfect.
Can I just define my naps? Because
3
I
hours.
love naps.
3 hours.
Cat nap is like the short naps. Power naps is like a nap that kind of gives you energy to get through the
See, those
day.
are
That's like
masters of
20,
naps.
30. Ain't no shame in my game. That's why I still look young. And like a really good nap, like a nap is 2 hours. There are moments where Adam and I, in the midst of those, highs or even the low moments, where we look at each other and we say, you know what? I ain't going anywhere. You going somewhere? I ain't going anywhere. So we gotta figure this out. And
Robert, come here.
hi. Oh, she's looking for
Right
Aiden. Aiden, do you wanna go? Do you wanna go
Hey,
say
Rabbi,
hi to your sister? Or do you wanna stay here with me?
Right, come sit here.
Araya, come here and sit with mommy and daddy. We're talking about relationships.
Speaking of a strong-willed individual, there she went.
There she goes.
And here she comes again. Araya! Hey! Hey, do you want to sit with Dada?
Go sit with Dada.
Come on.
Let's switch.
Hey, switch,
We're
switch.
doing a switcheroo. All right, see that strong-willed personality. Araya
Okay.
knows what she wants. Okay,
Nope.
I'd rather be in a relationship where the other partner is free to be honest with their emotions and feelings instead of someone always just being a pushover, letting someone always get their way. Because eventually, I feel like they're gonna regret that, and it's gonna come out in different ways. Adam and I actually have check-ins. I know it may sound weird, but it actually works. We've been married this year, it'll be for 9 years, and I think it's very important to just see how your spouse is doing. Sometimes you could be so focused on your career, the kids, that you forget, or, this is a big one. People are so focused on their own happiness in their relationship that they actually forget, you have another partner here. How are they feeling? So there have been times where I've asked Adam, hey, are you happy? And he'll be like, yeah. I'm like, Adam, are you happy with everything? Is there something that we could do a little bit differently about our relationship? And he's like, yeah, for the most part, I am happy, but, and then we would have the same scenario vice versa. And I feel like that has really, really helped us.
Well, you know the old book from back in the 90s, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, or vice versa, whatever the title
You
is.
guys are from Mars. Think aliens.
Oh, my favorite one is the one.
Venus has the pretty rings.
No, that's Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Never mind.
It's like the old picture someone sent me of a cockpit. You know, men is like a regular old, you know, car that's automatic, where it's just drive,
True.
neutral, reverse, and park. And women are the inside of a fighter jet, where you're like, oh my gosh, all these dials.
Inside of a plane.
So we're
Yep.
different. We're different, and that's okay. I mean, the key is being able to communicate with your spouse. So, for example, again, we're not relationship experts, but if I have an issue, usually I'm the person that will say something to Tamara like, hey, when you were on the reel, you said this the other day. I do not wear socks without Birkenstocks. I don't even have Birkenstocks. And then she was like, oh, maybe it was your dad. So the point is that, you know, if something that bothers you, it's okay to say something about it. But the key is the other one being able to take it. And remember, I keep saying this, we're on the same team. So I say something to her, she has to realize I'm not attacking her. I'm on her team. That's just my concern, or maybe my problem that I have, or whatever the issue is. Vice versa. If she wants to come to me and say, you know, Adam, when you did this, I got to be able to understand that she's not doing that to attack me, because we're on the same team. It's a hard concept to grab, but it can be grabbed. And it's good. And it's really good for relationships and for friendships too, not just relationships.
Yeah.
So there's two ways to do this. Actually, there's three ways to do this with date night. Every once in a while, babysitter will cancel, and so guess what? We find a way to take the kids with us. The second way was we had someone that one time we only had an hour on a Friday. We literally had an hour. And Tara's like, we have an hour. What do you want to do? And I'm like, we're going to go here. And there's a place down the street, happened to be a brewery, actually. We went down there and we had a little sampler together just by ourselves for an hour. And that
That was
hour
fun.
connecting was awesome.
And that's the key.
And
Sorry.
then the third one, obviously, is to find a babysitter, to find like someone in the neighborhood. Make the effort to find, you can find somebody.
Adam said the key word. I'm learning not to jump in when Adam talks as well. My sister and I have been doing that for years.
Never.
But anyways, Adam said the key word. It's connect. Connection. I agree with a lot of the stuff he said. Now, we don't know your full situation. Maybe you don't have anyone to watch the kids. So I would say the main thing is find something that you can do, even with the kids around in your house, to connect. Sometimes, and we've actually done this once before, if you
Lock
have...
them in the closet.
No.
Okay.
If you have games, iPhones, or, you know, a television, put something on just for 30 minutes or an hour in another room. You and your spouse can watch something in your room, Netflix, chill, have a little quickie, drink some wine, and it does wonders.
It still works.
Or
It's an in-house date
here's
night.
Here's another one. Cook together. Just cooking together with that glass of wine, and like I say,
Be careful
make
of the
sure
stuff.
you connect when you're doing it, and just give the kids an activity that they can do on the side. I'm telling you, just the idea of you guys trying to do it and seeing that your husband or you want to do something like that, that could be enough too.
So that is not an easy answer, but I'll tell you this. You have to like that person. It's literally that simple. So it doesn't matter, like, for example, that Tamara's an actress and I was a news guy, or, you know, we both believe in God, but she went to this church and I went to that church. I mean, it comes down to, is this someone that you want to be with, you want to hang with? Is this person your best friend? It's that simple. If it is, if that person is your best friend, then it's worth fighting for. It's worth figuring it out. It's worth tackling those problems together. If that person isn't your best friend, or there's some serious issues in the sense of, well, we don't agree on some major issues, then it's not worth saving. And in fact, it's better to have those conversations now. We had those conversations before we got married. I mean, we were together for 5.5 years before we got married.
Yeah.
We broke up for a while too, and we had to go through some of those things. There weren't anything. Looking back, it was really nothing major. It was like outside influences, but there were still things we had to talk about. Do we want to have kids? You know, I had a friend that just their relationship broke up because they decided that after 5 years he wanted to have kids and she didn't. Those things need to be talked about before, even while the bliss is still going. Find out,
Because sometimes when you're in the blissful moments, they can cause illusions. You're not getting the truth of that person and your relationship. And if you are looking to get married, oh baby, the truth
That'll make it
will
easier.
come out. If you're constantly trying to fight and like figure things out all the time, it's probably not meant to be. If you feel like you're always swimming upstream. So what I say, so simple. If you are crying more than you're laughing, ain't it? And there's one more. I think of a cup, right? My mom actually told me this. In a relationship, there's always give and take, right? He should be filling your cup, and then there are times, oh my gosh, he annoys you, the water goes out. But the thing is you should always be filling that cup. Yes, life isn't perfect, the water goes out, but fill that cup, water goes out. If that water is always going out, and you're always empty,
You're gonna be
sweetie,
thirsty.
yes, you're gonna be thirsty, and it's not meant to be. I have to say my favorite part of our wedding, I love to sing, and Adam had hired a band, and I got to sing along with the band. That was freaking awesome. And I got to sing our song, which is Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
And I got to sing our song, our second part of the song, which is Go Back to Cali by LL Cool J, which was perfect. My favorite part of our wedding was seeing her when I turned the corner and looking down that aisle with the flower petals and seeing all of our friends and family from all over the world and seeing her at the end with our pastor and our families, and and she looked gorgeous.
Aww.
And I still think of that view and think, wow. I remember thinking, holy smokes.
Aww.
I was nervous. But, so what do you guys think? I mean, that'd be fun to kind of maybe, our anniversary's coming up, 9 years. We've been together 15, but 9 years for our wedding anniversary. Maybe we should do an episode about, maybe we should talk about our wedding for one of these.
That'll be really cool if we can kind of
We can use our photos
revisit.
again.
Yes.
we spent so much. I think it's balance, whether it be your job or what you want to do in life, or maybe something you're really invested in. It's all about being, we're on the same team. So if Tamara comes to me and says, I really like, for example, The Reel. Tamara's like, I don't know if I should do this. And I said, you know what? I think it's, for some reason, I think you should. And I think you'd be great at it because she'd never done that type of thing. And, so that was a new purpose for her in her career. It ended up being a great decision. There's been times, where I was like, I don't know if I want to do news right now. I mean, I love covering news. I love seeing history, but it's become so political, and that's not me. And Tamara was like, you know what? I think we can do this. You can walk away. We're going to be fine. So I think a lot of it is just communication and being able to support one another, and knowing that, hey, those paths change sometimes. Sometimes the path may be this way, and then guess what? You get to there and you're like, oh, whoa, no, it's turning this way, and it's okay to adapt.
I see us as each other's purpose partner. And I think the PP. I think that when you are thinking of getting married, yes, you can date so-and-so. I always say too, like, you can fall in love, or maybe just because I love love. Like, I have fallen in love with people before and way back in my past that I am grateful. I say thank you that it didn't work out, because looking back, they were not my purpose partner. Adam and I, we support each other in our own purpose. But we also have one main purpose, and that is, well, we both love God. So we pray about everything. We have faith. So in those moments where I may have to step back a little bit, we pray about the situation and we support and have faith, because in the beginning, Adam was very much focused on his journalism career. I had Aiden. Adam was traveling a lot. I couldn't go out on as many auditions as I wanted. But in that moment, I had faith that we were exactly where we were supposed to be, and I supported him. Cut 2 years later, Adam did the exact same thing for me when I did the reel.
There was somebody else you loved before?
Oh my gosh,
There's
Adam.
a famous song that comes out from Garth Brooks called "Sometimes I Thank God for Unanswered Prayers."
I love that question. I would say Adam's confidence. That is one of the main traits that attracted me to Adam. I dealt with a lot of insecure men, maybe because, I don't know, I mean, I didn't realize my career had made some men very intimidated.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was well, there could have been some things wrong with me too.
No.
But there were a lot of men who were intimidated. They were intimidated by my success. And yes, I had success at a very young age. That is rare. But what I loved about Adam was like, yo,
Okay.
that's dope. I love that she's
Yeah.
successful. So he was very confident. He was very confident in how he approached me. So I would love for my children, both of my children, to have that. I think they do. I just want them to keep it.
I would say there are two things.
2? I get 2? He is filling that cup.
Her spirit
Aww.
and her singing voice.
Well, thank you. I know Araya has it. Araya has 2 for 2.
Aiden has a spirit.
He does
Mariah
have the
does have a spirit. You know, we get a lot of questions about this, and maybe it's something we do later on in a full episode, just talk about things. Because talking is the best medicine. I think it's next year or the next couple of years, the majority of kids born in this country are going to be mixed.
Yeah.
So it shows that a lot of those barriers are being broken down, and for me, for someone. I grew up in the Bay Area, and candidly, the Bay Area, I never thought anything of it. Honestly, I didn't. And obviously, I'm a white guy. I understand. No, it's hard for you to believe that.
You're white.
I know. But I never thought much about it, honestly, because, I mean, in high school, I remember I had friends who had girlfriends who were Filipino or whatever. It was never, for some reason, call us naive, but in the Bay Area, when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, we didn't think about that. Like, we didn't think about, oh, his girlfriend's black, or his girlfriend's Asian, or his girlfriend's Indian, or whatever it happened to be. We thought, oh, his girlfriend's nice, or she's pretty, or hey, she's a pretty girl, man. Why is she with him? I mean, it was more on that. We never thought about the racial part of it. So I know other parts of the country weren't like that. That's just the way I grew up.
Yeah. And
you already had the experience, so.
And I also want to say out there, it's okay to have your preference. If you like a particular type, okay, cool. But don't be afraid to be open.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think maybe because I was raised in, I'm biracial. I was raised in an interracial household, interracial marriage. It was always accepted. So kind of like how you, like if you saw somebody with someone of a different race, it wasn't like a,
right.
Full stop. Wait, she's with a.
What?
Yeah.
Or he's with a.
I don't understand how that works. So I guess that's the blessing of how, we've been raised. So we don't really think about it that way. It's when people comment sometimes on our relationship, they're like, oh, wait, yeah, I guess this is the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the frustrating part for me is I never thought about it. And even now, I don't think about it. Like, I don't think, oh, I'm married to a black woman or a mixed woman. I don't think about that. I'm married to a beautiful woman who I love. I don't think about anything other than that. One of the coolest things I got to do with you is when we got to go see the Loving premiere.
Yeah.
About the mixed couple in North Carolina, I think it was, and back in the 50s when they were the ones that helped change the law to allow mixed couples to get married.
That's crazy to even think that back in the day,
such a cool movie.
It was against the law
to
marry someone of a different race.
I mean, it should be against the law to marry an actress, but nothing else. If you're married to an actress, you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh, this is the second time. Third time, Adam, you're sleeping on the couch. I want you to want to do it.
I want
like even the dishes.
you
like
to want me.
I want him to want to
I
do the dishes.
need you to need me.
What song is that?
In the 80s.
I don't remember. Do you know my name is Luca?
I live on the
Second floor. I live upstairs from you. I don't think I ever seen you before. And I see your true colors shining.
Okay, you know what?
through.
Stop.
So you know, but this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Adam and I. Well, I talked about this on the reel too. We connect with our love for 80s music and
just music in
80s
general.
movies.
And music in general. We like jazz.
Yeah.